お前やるときはやるんだな。
そんな大したことじゃないだろう。
相手は柔道部の主将だぞ。それも男子女子両方だ。怖くはなかったのか？
嫌われるのは慣れてる。
Hey guys, this is our 2012 E89 Z4, and today we're going to give you our 1-year ownership review. So this is a 2012 E89 Z4 28i M Sport Edition. So essentially all that means is this is the inline 4 with a twin scroll turbo, an 8-speed automatic, and other cool features the M Sport has are just basic, M logos on the door sills, steering wheel, and center console. And we're pretty lucky. We actually found this one with a white exterior and red interior that we're pretty happy about. The M Sport Edition also comes with larger rims along with M logos on the rims. And another couple of cool features about this particular model is in 2012 there's a facelift essentially. So the front and rear bumpers, if you got the M Sport Edition, you got newer bumpers. I think they look way more aggressive than the ones offered for 2012, and I'm very happy that we opted for the facelift variation. A couple of cool things that this particular car has: it also has dual subwoofers behind the rear seats and an upgraded sound system from the factory that sounds pretty good. Also on the interior there is real carbon fiber accent pieces all throughout, on the doors, on the steering wheel, on the center console, and it does look pretty good. Another cool thing that the M Sport features is adjustable suspension. So from a click of a button, you have 3 suspension options. The first one is Comfort, the second one's Sport, and the third one is Sport Plus. I can definitely tell you from an owner's perspective, you can definitely tell what mode you're in going 40 plus. I find under 40, the only thing that the Sport features really do are stiffen it up and make bumps a little more obnoxious and jolting in the cabin. But when you're going over 40 and around some turns and getting some G-forces accordingly, like, you can definitely tell if you're not in Sport mode. Comfort definitely has more body roll, and I very much appreciate having that adjustability there. Quite honestly, I wasn't really looking for that. I wasn't really looking for an M Sport in general, but I'm very happy with the added features that we got with this platform. So to achieve the adjustable suspension, my understanding is the dampeners just stiffen up accordingly, nothing too crazy. So if you want to do coilovers, you essentially get rid of that adjustability. But a big thing that BMW guys are doing to save that adjustability, if they want to keep it, is they're just swapping out the springs and keeping the stock shocks and dampeners just to keep it, adjustable. And then with the springs, you get the ride height you want. Been pleasantly surprised with the M20 motor. Definitely wasn't expecting to like it as much as I have. I have been coming from STIs before this, so I'm very used to the 4-cylinder turbo motors, and this one is very, very impressive from my perspective. Absolutely zero turbo lag. This thing gets up and goes immediately, and that, along with the 8-speed transmission, this thing always has torque to give no matter what speed you're going. I don't care if you're going like 60 or 120, there's always something to push you back in your seat. And right now it's completely stock as far as like horsepower is concerned. There's no tune or anything like that, so it's definitely been a pleasant surprise. Yeah, so the modifications, we kept it simple. We blacked out the door caps, did a satin black, tinted the windows 20% all around. We did a VRSF catless downpipe, and then we did a muffler delete as well. Yeah, so like I said, quad exhaust, and we also did a dual exit. Originally, the 28Is are single exit, and I am a big fan of how a dual exit looks on top of the quad tips, so we opted for that as well. And to do that too, we did a little cutting of the diffuser. Nothing crazy, but it got the job done. Other than that, we also debadged the front left and right fenders. They came with the 28i badge. We got rid of that, and we also got rid of the Z4 logo on the back. Another cool thing we did is we just added these left and right turn indicators, turn signals that are on the fenders. I don't know why. Normally in that front fender there, it's just a clear bulb that's a turn signal essentially, but some of the newer models got this more fancy Swift looking, you know, Nike swoosh emblem back there. So we added that as well, and then painted that satin black as well to match the mirror caps. That's all we did, right? Oh, on top of that too, we also did a short stubby antenna. So for the pros and cons, we'll start with the cons first because there's not that many of them, but obviously lack of space. Luckily, this isn't our only car, so if we need more people or more things, or like, you know, a Costco trip, we have another car to do those sorts of things. So if you're just all by your lonesome and you just have this car, it's definitely tight back there. Another con is this is a very rare, in my opinion, like very rare chassis, and even more rare chassis and motor combination. So finding aftermarket parts is pretty tricky. It took me a while to find that turbo inlet, and just parts in general are kind of a little harder to come by, which is unfortunate. Not to mention it's a European car, so parts tend to be a little higher in general, but I think it's worth it, but it is a con, so keep that in mind if you get into the E89 Z4 chassis. It's pretty rare and parts are hard to come by. Another con is going to be the N20 motor does have one Achilles heel, and apparently it's the timing chain and guides. Luckily, there is a recall on it, and if you have a clean title Z4, you can get that pretty much replaced for free if you meet the guidelines. And I'll link the sources of where I found that in the description below to help you guys out. On to the pros. Obviously the looks, I love how this car looks. I haven't had to do any like major cosmetic modifications just because of how gorgeous it is from the factory. Another pro would definitely be the, you know, it gets really good gas mileage. I never really buy cars for that feature, but being as though it's a daily driver, that's definitely got to be a plus. Another pro is going to be the fact it's convertible. Convertible in the summer times are so much fun, and it gives the driving experience like that much more of a unique feel, and I'm a huge fan of driving this car with the top down. Another pro is this car, this entire chassis was only offered in a hardtop convertible. It was not offered in a soft top, and it wasn't offered in a non-convertible hardtop. It was, all of them were offered in a hardtop convertible. And because of that, they were actually designed specifically to look really good with the top up and down. A lot of BMW and, you know, Audi and a lot of other companies, a lot of car companies will throw in the convertible option as like an afterthought, which they definitely, you can kind of tell when that happens just given the looks. Like some 3 Series and 1 Series are offered in convertible hardtops, but they definitely do not look good in my opinion with them. However, like I said, this one was designed specifically for that roof line, and I am a huge fan of the design aspects of this car, and I'm very happy about it. So I'm a big fan of the weight distribution and the balance this car has. It is very forgiving. When it oversteers, it's very predictable, and it's a very, very rewarding car to drive fast. Another pro's got to be that inline. I know the N20 definitely has some cons, but some pros are it's been pretty damn reliable. Another pro is the N20 versus that straight 6 offered in the previous Z4s. This has a little bit of tuning potential, granted not too much, but it's definitely more potential than that inline 6 that the 30i had previously. So reliably, the N20 can probably make around 300, 325 wheel horsepower and torque reliably. It can make more, granted how much money you want to throw into it, but I am happy with the tuning potential so far, and I'm very happy with the throttle response and all that. So maintenance so far, let's see, we did the timing chains and guides. We done regular oil changes. Oh, turbo inlet, that actually was replaced because the previous one was failing, had a leak in it. So I guess you could call that maintenance. And then also the charge pipes too, maintenance, like those were failing when we replaced them. So it was a necessity. So throw that under as maintenance as well. So yeah, as far as maintenance is concerned, there's not a lot going on there, but pretty happy with the reliability so far. And I've done several track days with this car and several autocross days. And so far, so good. It has been nothing but a pleasure to drive, and I'm very happy with it so far. Yeah, so my overall impressions with the car is it's blown me away. I am pleasantly surprised with how it's performed on the track, on the road, and just as a daily driver. It's checked all those boxes beautifully. Again, I can't emphasize this enough. I'm a huge fan of how unique this car is and how unique it looks. You don't see a lot of them out there, and we got the most killer color combination in my opinion, the white with red. And when you have the top down and that red interior is just getting lit up by the sun, it's a very special feeling. I'm a huge fan of driving this car with the top down. And yeah, the rear wheel drive, the transmission's amazing. Like I said, it always has torque to give you, so that's definitely got to be another big plus. And yeah, so far so good. I got nothing but compliments for this car. And if you guys have any questions, feel free to ask them down below. I'm more than happy to try and help you guys out. That's my overall 1 year impression. If you're thinking about getting this chassis or getting this platform, I'd definitely do it in a heartbeat. Like I said, beautiful car, can't beat the looks, especially for the price, and not everyone has them. You know, like those 135i's and 335i's, like, you know, you see those every day. They're just, everyone's out there. And granted, they look gorgeous and you can't beat the performance, but I love having something a little more unique than that. And yeah, highly recommend the E89 Z4, and thanks for watching.